Hey there YouTube, it's Wheelchair21, and today we're doing another Let's Build, as I promised. It is Lego Bionicle, Ikir, the Creature of Fire, Tahu's partner in the new 2016 line, which will be featured in the Netflix original series, coming soon. So, let's get this puppy out of the box, which it took me a little bit longer since stuff kind of got jammed in there, but eventually all came out, so we could build the little SOB. So we got our instructions, and we got our actual skeletal structure, its flesh, its bones, its parts that it really needs, and, well, its interior design, pieces that keep together, ligaments, and etc., so on and so forth, and the new little swords. So, the first part we build is the actual bear trap. Now, these bear trap creatures are a mix between a bear trap and a spider slash crab, and they're really interesting, adorable, and deadly. Now, the construction for this is pretty damn simple, but is more in depth than having to make those stupid masks that we had with the spiders last year. Honestly, the next part, though, is kind of funny, due to the fact that one of those ports on the bear trap is going to be the eye, the other is going to be its butthole. First up, let's make the eye, which is a clear little blue piece, which is, awesome, makes it look adorable. And that just goes into any hole you choose. So many innuendos, so many innuendos. And there we go. The last piece then would be the butt plug. But it's not really a butt plug, it's just to keep it together from falling apart. And so now we put on its clear little plastic legs, which are a lot better. Now you can tell these were pretty much taken right off of the Skull Warriors, but they're a lot nicer than having the basic gray or the basic black, honestly. That's what I think. That's just my personal opinion. I like these a lot more, and I'm pretty sure all the other traps look a lot interesting, more distinguished, due to the fact that there's so many different clear pieces being used. Now, we're going to start working on the actual skeletal structure of Ikir, which, honestly, the main chest piece is probably the most tedious and well in depth of the construction, and I actually enjoy it because it's just really well made, especially how you have to connect the Unity breastplate to him, as well as install his wings and tail feathers. The second hardest part about this figure is towards the end of the review, and it's the actual construction of the wings itself. Those can actually be just as annoying due to the excessive use of small parts. However, this part here does require a bit of force and just patience. Compared to the original Matoran and Taraga, Bionicles come a very long way for, advancing their partner characters, whether it be the protectors of last year or the creatures of this year. So, it's really good, it's really amazing, and I overly enjoy it. However, I still wish I do have more Gen 1 stuff, but, give and get, whatever, you know, times change, move on, get the new stuff, deal with it. So, honestly, I do like this part. It's just really nice. It's really good. It's cool construction. And I think a lot of people will say it's probably one of the best features is that the smaller parts do make this build a lot more frustrating, as well as, I guess, you feel more successful in doing it. You feel more accomplished than when you're building a Toa, since they're a lot easier to put together, I think. Now, the butt piece here for the tail feathers, I've seen this be used a lot with the weapons, so it's weird seeing it actually being used in a skeletal mold, the skeletal design for a character, so it's quite interesting. Honestly, the way that the wings work with the gear gimmick is excellent. It's probably one of the few gear gimmicks that make a lot of sense. I think the creatures all make sense for how their gimmicks work, whether it be wings flapping, claws crunching. Really good. Feet. Okay, so the feet here are probably some of the coolest feet they've made in a long time. And this is just for the basic, $10 character figures. But they're cool because they have a wide range of articulation just due to the talons alone. And the construction for the talons are pretty dang simple. I just kind of wish that there was a part to make sure the back talon never pops out. feel like it's a little open to fall off at times, but I doubt it really will. And I also feel that one day the clear plastic may crack and break at how it attaches to the actual feet themselves. But it's a pretty simple build overall. And honestly, unlike my other video, I'm including the construction of the other foot just because it's a simple toy. It's a very simple build until, like I said, you get to the wings or you have to go in depth into the torso, the chest, just to get Ikir to look magnificent. Before I even get to the review, which is later this week, the one thing I gotta say is I just don't like the repetitiveness that Bionicle is sort of using for the mask designs, I should say, for protectors and the creatures. The protectors, I'm guessing the reason why they have similar masks is they're supposed to be like the Royal Guard in the Matoran universe, as well as with the creatures, it's probably because there's some kind of creation to be made similar to go with the whole Unity reference, but I would have tried to have more individualism with them having separate looking heads. Now, they are molded a bit differently, shaded a bit differently, but they're practically the same goddamn design. Alright, so we're going to be putting in the tail feathers now, and honestly, I didn't expect them to just be a basic round socket. I thought they would be the basic Bionicle, like Phillips head port to go right in, but it's not. And now the wings, like I said, look at these small, intricate parts. That little ball peg right there, I practically lost it like 3 times just trying to get this frame to work right, this shot. And it was kind of a bitch. I'm kind of glad I didn't drop it on like the 8th attempt to put it in the freaking socket. But overall, it's very unique. I haven't really seen a build like this in a while. Then again, I haven't really built Legos in like 5, 6 years. Kind of wanted to keep collecting Star Wars as I've gotten older, but I just didn't see the use in it. Now, the wings, pretty interesting. I mean, you use the swords that have been pretty much marketed throughout this entire new line, as well as the flame pieces that are either usually blue or red or white to embody different shades of flames, as well as ice. But, right now they work pretty interestingly well as feathers. I would have thought they would try to make them look more feathery-like or new pieces altogether than just reuse, but, this is kind of Lego. They like to reuse a lot of things. It's kind of like how Bandai and Gunpla use a lot of similar designs, similar molds, just to create their individual kits. And I don't really think that the wings are truly the hardest. Like I say, they're the second hardest just due to how small the pieces are. If they were a little bit bigger, it wouldn't be too hard to, assemble this all on camera. But, like I said, it's always harder to do it on camera than it is to just assemble it straight on without any, things in the way to distract you, to screw you up. So, I skip ahead, already built the left wing just to, cut down some time, just so we can get right to the nitty-gritty, finish this build up. I mean, it's simple, it's just like mirror magic. Anyways, on how to construct another limb. It's always been like that. So, the last part is practically the assembly of the head, the neck, and the face. And it's really a simple freaking build, honestly. This is one of the best sets to get. The only other creature I really want to get is Kopaka's, so at least that's a 2-pack, so I don't have to worry about getting them separately. I can just get them in one foul swoop. I'm just taking it slow with buying Bionicles. I'm just getting back into this whole grind, since I have a friend picking me up some that are on clearance, mostly the Skull Warriors, but nevertheless, we are finished here. Pet the birdie. And let's adore this little adorable crab bear trap thingy. Anyways, I am Wheelchair21. You can find builds like this here on my channel over at herotaku.com. And you can follow me on Twitter or check me out over at Instagram. We'll see you next time.